So coming into a standing position, bring your feet wide, hip distance apart. Keep your knees soft, give them a slight bend, and we're just going to roll all the way down. And really make your upper body heavy, relax your head, relax your neck. And if you want to, you can grab opposite elbows and just sway from side to side. So ragdoll position. Really just making ourselves heavy, starting to feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. Making the spine long. And maybe just doing some movements with your head to relax the neck. It can be yeses or nos. And then slowly, if you have your opposite elbows, release the hands towards the mat. We're going to take one inhale, slide the hands all the way up to the knees. Start to open the chest and lengthen the spine, pulling your shoulders back. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your hands to the mat, so bend your knees, step back into plank. Straight into plank this morning. And then exhale, lower your knees to the mat. Make sure your wrists are below your shoulders. And from here, let's do cat-cow. So inhale, open and lengthen, pulling your hands towards your knees. Exhale, round, pushing the floor away. Inhale. Do this at your own pace. And in the morning, we always want to do what feels good to us. And then last one, and come back to neutral. Okay. So from here, we're going to step both hands forward, make it a big step. And then from here, just release your chest, chin, forehead towards the mat. Keep your arms extended if you can, so that you feel the stretch in the whole side of the arms, armpits, chest, upper back. And make your heart heavy. Let it sink towards the mat. And then on your next inhale, press down through your hands, lift your head up, and we're going to shift the weight forward to bring our hips and belly to the mat, coming into Sphinx position. So from Sphinx, press down, lift the chest up, and then pull your elbows towards you so that you can push your heart forward. So today's class is really going to have that intention of opening the heart. Maybe to find some joy, creativity. Just allowing ourselves to be fully present and show up authentically today. And then from here, exhale, release, open the elbows wide. You can bring your forehead to the mat for a second, and we're going to open our hands next to our chest, but open them wider than your mat. So they're going to be like maybe 2 hands away from you. So from here, we're going to inhale, lift up, press down through our hands. And then we're going to start to bring the right shoulder forward, look over to the left, and then switch. So it's kind of a baby cobra twist here. And keep changing sides, stretching the upper body, shoulders. And you can play with this if you want to. You could even bring your hands out further, maybe pressing your fingertips down. And then coming back to center, we're going to release our foreheads to the mat. And this time, bring the hands in closer next to your chest. So flat on the mat, pull your shoulders away from your ears to bring your shoulder blades down in your back. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down. One deep breath here. And again, we're going to lift off. Inhale, lift. And just keep that intention of opening your heart. Holding. Relaxing the face, the jaws. Keep pulling the shoulders away from your ears. See if you can lift up a little bit higher, pressing down into the mat. Good. Exhale, release all the way down. Take one deep breath here and we'll go up for one last time. And on your next inhale, lift up. A little higher. And on this one, see if you can maybe release the hands, open them out, as if you're spreading your wings behind you. And you can choose which way you want your palms to face. And then slowly release. And just bring one cheek to the mat and relax the back for a sec. So then from here, bring your hands back below your shoulders and press yourselves up. You can come to all fours. So adjusting, we're going to place the toes into the mat. Inhale, lift the knees up and push back into downward facing dog. And let this downward facing dog be a dancing dog. So you're going to walk one foot to the mat, then the other, and just make it free, twisted. And then just come into static down dog. Press down through your fingertips. Lift the tailbone as high as you can, squeezing the navel in towards the spine. And then maybe, if you want to keep your knees bent, that's fine. But just maybe find some heaviness in your heels. Even if they don't touch the mat, let your legs become heavy and sink towards the mat. Breathe into any stretch, any tension you're feeling. Letting your body open up at its own rhythm. And then from here, we're going to walk our hands towards our feet. Feet come flat on the mat and coming back into ragdoll for a sec. Ragdoll is always a nice position. Any time of the day. And then from here, release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Urdhva Uttanasana. Open the heart, lengthen the front body. Exhale, keeping the length, release towards the feet. Again, inhale, halfway lift, and you can bring your hands to your knees, or if you can, keep the fingertips onto the mat. It all depends. And exhale, release down. And then inhale again, halfway lift, opening the heart. So pulling the shoulder blades, squeezing them in the back. Exhale, release. And from here, bend your knees and we're going to roll all the way up, taking your time, one vertebrae at a time. When you're at the top, inhale, roll your shoulders back. And feel grounded. Feel the connectedness of your feet and toes pressing down in the mat. Finding that lift through the kneecaps, the abs, through the spine and the top of your head. Taking this opportunity to center ourselves before we start and rush into our days. And from here, if you're at the back of the mat like me, we're just going to step towards the front. So keeping my feet hip distance apart, my toes are pressing down, feet nice and anchored. I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my back here, squeeze my shoulder blades. Inhale, pressing down through my feet, lifting up. So I'm using my abs to lengthen, and then I'm going to lift my heart up and open my chest. Maybe come into a slight back bend. And if it feels okay, you can maybe drop your head back. But don't feel like you have to do that. And please don't relax into your lower back. So keep finding that lift, using the core to hold you up. Pressing your hips forward. And then slowly release, coming back to center, keeping the grasp of your hands though. So from here, we're gonna just twist it. So pull your fist towards your left heel, open towards the right. And then coming back to center and bring it, your fist to the right heel, opening towards the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Bend your knees. We're going to roll all the way down and release the fist overhead here. Make your shoulders heavy. Just observing where you feel the tension, the stretch. And then we're going to come all the way back up, and your hands are going to guide you. So inhale, start to lift the chin, find some length, pull the hands back, and come all the way up with a straight back if you can. Good, and release the hands. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, settle down into the ground. From here, inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, place your hands, step back into plank. Hold the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower the plank. So knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open, baby cobra, or any other back bend you want. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it for 2 breaths. And then on our inhale, we're going to lift the right leg all the way up to the sky. Keep pressing down evenly in your hands and arms. Exhale, step it forward. Right leg comes in between your hands. And then turn the back heel in 45 degrees to come into warrior one stance. Inhale, lift up. So front knee bent, back leg straight, pressing down through both feet. Good, so hips are square. Inhale, we're gonna open the arms out, wide open the chest. Again, find that intention of opening your heart, lifting up towards the sky. Keep rooting down through your feet. And then exhale, release the hands all the way down. And behind you, we're gonna clasp them again. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, press down, lift your heart. Exhale, we're coming into humble warrior. So reach to the left corner of your mat. And then release your hands behind or overhead. Keeping the clasp firm, so I want your palms to touch. Just maybe saying hello to your legs. They're starting to work now. Might feel the burn. So we're gonna inhale and lift, but only halfway, coming at a 45-degree angle, maybe in line with that back leg. And reach the heart forward, pushing the weight into that front leg here. Hold. Feeling the burn and breathing into it. It's okay for things to be hard. It's okay for things to be uncomfortable. We just use our breath to navigate through it. Good, and now release the hands, bring them towards the mat, fingertips. We're gonna shift the weight forward and lift that back leg off the floor. Hold. Reach your heart forward, and then exhale, release the left leg to the mat, and Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And then inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. One breath here. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flat hands to the mat and come into plank. So push the floor away, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your exhale, release and lower the plank any way you choose. Inhale, open into cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back, down dog. Hold it for 2 breaths. See if you can press your fingertips down into the mat. Squeeze your navel in towards the spine. Lift the tailbone slightly higher. Make your legs slightly heavier. Shoulders are strong. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Turn the back heel to put it flat on the mat, lifting into warrior one. Hips are square. So to keep the hips square, make sure you're squeezing your glutes and bring your inner thighs towards the center. And again, just open your arms slightly wider to feel a nice chest opening sensation here. Always lifting through the core. And then exhale, release the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, maybe change the grip. Inhale, open your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, and exhale, reach for the right corner of your mat. So humble warrior, release the hands overhead. Finding your stability in your legs. So in order to be light, we have to be stable and grounded. then inhale, we're gonna come back up halfway. So maybe in line with the back leg, 45-degree angle, hold it. Keep pushing the weight into that front leg, saying hello to your left leg. Feel the heat, the burn, maybe it's shaking. It's all good. We can hold it for a few seconds. And then on your next breath, just release your hands or fingertips towards the mat, shifting your weight into that front leg. And your front leg can stay bent, that's not a problem. And lift the back leg off. Squeeze the glutes. Maybe find more length in the front body. And then exhale, release that right leg towards the mat. Release your upper body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And then inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One breath here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands onto the mat, step back into plank. Good. And exhale, we're going to push back into down dog. So from here, we're going to roll back into our plank by lifting the heels up and trying to make a curve with your spine. So like a wave, you're rolling into the plank. Exhale, let your hips drop towards the mat, keeping the toes in, opening into kind of an up dog or modified up dog. And then exhale, push back into down dog. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels, roll into your plank. Wave it out. When your chest is open, exhale, release into your up dog. Hold for 1 inhale. And then exhale, push back into down dog. And last one. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower your hips, pressing down, opening your heart. Inhale. And exhale, push it back into your down dog. And this time we're going to walk our feet towards our hands. Another ragdoll position here. And then we're going to bend our legs, bring our sit bones back all the way down to the mat. So keeping your knees bent, you can grab the backs of your thighs or even hug them. But we're just going to curl our back just to compensate for all that back bending and heart opening. You can relax your chin towards your chest. Feel your shoulder blades opening wide, spreading apart. And then slowly come back up. And this time we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So we're going to straighten the right leg and bring the left knee at a 90-degree angle tabletop position. Interlace your fingers behind that left thigh and start pulling the thigh towards you, but pushing your left foot away. So as if you were trying to push the sole of your foot against a wall in front of you, and also push your knee towards your chest. So you have 2 opposite directions happening here, finding some resistance. Just to wake up the hamstring here. And then inhale, we're going to straighten the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. If it's not completely straight, that's okay. And then we're going to bend the left knee. Reach for the outer edge of your left foot. If that's not possible, grab lower to your shin or calf. And then we're coming into half happy baby. So knee is going to be wider than your rib cage, and your elbow is going to come on the inside of your knee. Keeping both hips into the mat. So letting that right hip sink into the mat. So from here, I'm just going to release the foot, keeping the knee bent, bring it back into tabletop position and opening my arms out wide. Inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to drop my knee over to the right, coming into supine twist. And then roll all the way back to center. And let's switch the legs out. So straightening the left leg. Inhale, right leg comes into tabletop position. Interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Flex the foot. Push the foot away from you and pull the knee towards you. Finding those two opposite directions again. And then on your inhale, straighten the leg up towards the sky. Keeping the upper body heavy and relaxed into the mat. And maybe thinking how you can find some more joy into these stretches. Release the thigh and grab for the outer edge of your right foot or any other part of your leg, and then open it into half happy baby. Keep pressing that left hip into the mat. Then release your foot, bring your leg back into tabletop position, open your arms out wide, inhale, exhale, twist, lower the knee to the left side. And inhale, roll back to center and stretch both legs out. Bring your arms closer to your sides, hands facing up. We're not going to stay in a long shavasana. We don't want to go back to sleep, but just to create some rest, some centeredness. Maybe feel that sense of feeling anchored. Knowing in what direction we're going to go today. Knowing that we started our day on our own terms, choosing something for ourselves rather than something for someone else. And from here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead and stretch it out. Exhale, release, and then finding your way back into a seated position. You can roll onto one side or roll up anyway. So comfortable seat, hands heavy onto your legs, spine tall, shoulders relaxed, face is soft. Just acknowledging yourself for showing up this morning and taking this time for yourself. Sometimes carving out the time is the hardest part of the practice. Bring your hands to your heart center. As always, it's a pleasure to practice and be here with you. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.